Hello, doing a quick recording here of Fortnite. We are playing on a GTX 1070 paired with the Xeon E5 2690, and it's the V1, and it has 8 cores and 16 threads. It runs at 2.9 gigahertz base clock and turbos up to 3.28, so pretty much 3.3 gigahertz across all 8 cores and 16 threads. And yeah, we are pairing this with the GTX 1070. We're playing Fortnite Team Rumble to test this out. And yeah, we're going to be starting on low settings, then doing medium, high, and epic. And yeah, I recommend keeping an eye on the FPS counter in either the top right hand corner or the top left hand corner of the screen. And again, this is Fortnite playing Team Rumble game mode on a GTX 1070 paired with the 8-core 16-thread Intel Xeon E5 2690. Currently we're getting, yeah, really high frame rate, 150 to that 200 range. Yeah, it obviously won't stay up there once we turn the settings up, but it's something to always keep an eye out on. Keep in mind that we are inside a building, so the frame rate is generally easier, or like you generally get a higher frame rate in a building, so you'll probably have to wait another minute or two until we go outside, and that's where you're really going to notice an FPS change. Yeah, so currently we're way above 200. Yeah, generally, like, when you're just running around outside and you're in combat, it'll be more around 150 mark, but again, that's just what I'm saying. The FPS counter obviously does not lie, so something to keep in mind as well. We are recording, I meant to mention, with using the GeForce Experience. So yeah, we're using the GTX 1070 to encode this video, which is pretty cool. We'll keep the sniper. So we can wrap our here. Yep, you can see the FPS just dropped to 150 per second. Like, I don't want it to sound like I'm pulling out all the low numbers while the FPS counter is actually higher, but I also want to make it clear that it's also like, I want to just give like the worst case scenario so that when you're playing, like if you ever test this kind of system out, that you can know that it's actually really good to play. But yeah. Yeah, that's why the best thing to do is always just watch that FPS counter and yeah, enjoy my game test. It's not much is going to happen probably for a while, but that's just part of the game. But we'll play this out, so it could be a little bit longer of a recording. That way, if you really want to watch the whole thing and you have the time, then it's all there. Otherwise, like, low settings, this gives you an idea what you can expect in this kind of scenario here. Oh, we're already at 1,000 ammo. Interesting. That's really interesting. See if we can't find anything else here. Otherwise, I believe we're just gonna go run around and look for, yeah, just look for other players. See if that'll start affecting our FPS if we get into combat. But no one's really here, so I'm gonna take advantage of that and just get some stuff. Yeah, like if you were playing solo and duo, you could average like high hundreds and like 180 probably to 200 and something. Like that's the nice thing with this 8-core CPU is that like we're running around playing the game fully, and yeah, our FPS. Hang on, let's see. Our FPS isn't even no, not our FPS. I meant to say our CPU isn't even past like 30% usage, which is crazy. Like really crazy. And yes, we are a little bit bottlenecked by the CPU. Like it doesn't have the same kind of like performance as like the brand new chips, because it is an older CPU. It's from the generation of like a 2nd gen i7. Obviously this has double the cores and a little different clock speed, so it's something to also, you can't compare them, but they are from the same kind of generation. No. Yeah, we're running around here, 100 and some odd frame rate. That's pretty cool. Swap those around. Oh, there's a little stutter there for a second. Yeah, frame rate's really solid. We're on low settings. What I will do is I'll quickly switch them to medium settings. This will be a little bit longer of a recording, but I kind of meant it. Bummer. Again, watch the FPS counter in the top right or top left hand corner of the screen. Look at these players coming in. Interesting. Yep, we'll just run around a little bit more. Like, we aren't getting that full 100% GPU usage, but we are still pushing pretty relatively good frame rate, so that's nice. That doesn't make sense. Pretty relatively good. Now, we're getting pretty good frame rate, and that's... we're dead. This is interesting. There's another one. See if we can't find more players. Sounds like there's a player here. All the way to the top. But yeah, that's medium settings. I'm gonna quickly, shouldn't be at the top here, but yeah, I'm gonna quickly switch it over to high. I think the most important setting was just playing it on low, because that'll really see like how high of a frame rate you can achieve with the system. Oh, that's our teammate. Yeah, I'm just gonna run around a bit more here. We are on high settings now. Anywhere from it just at 88 to, let me just hit F7, no, F10, F7. I'm just restarting my FPS benchmark quickly for these players. Whoa, that's interesting, we missed all those. We are low on HP, so we probably will. Yep, there we go. That's high settings, so high settings you're close to anywhere from like 80 to 100 FPS. We are in a busier area, so now we are going to be a little bit CPU limited. So I'll go to epic settings here quickly, and the record, yeah, the game's about to end. But generally on epic settings, you can expect anywhere from about 90 to 120. In this case here, it's busy, so yeah, we're a little bit CPU limited there, and we're getting closer to that 80 FPS mark. So it's not ideal, but we still get really good performance, and I definitely would say pairing a 1070 with this 8-core CPU, you still get a lot out of it. Especially playing different kinds of games. Like, I know Battlefield 1, you'll probably get a lot better experience, Rainbow Six Siege, yeah, a whole bunch of different other AAA, like, yeah, actual AAA titles are also great, but this also shows that you can play, like, esport titles close to that 200 FPS mark from the beginning of the recording, and yeah, if you guys have any questions, like, it was a little long, long video, kind of weird, but yeah, we went over again all the settings from low, medium, high, and epic at 1920 by 1160, so pretty much 1920 by 1080.